have for 2021 now that Bruce said that team last year won the Super Bowl, but this year's team hasn't done anything yet? Talk about that, please.
Yeah, it feels great to be out there with my teammates. That's some of the defining moments that goes into a season is all the hard, rough days that we go through. At the end, we really realize why it's all worth it. So I enjoy being out there, and it's a place where we can mess up and correct things. Because it's just practice. But obviously we're going hard, and the competition level is high because it's ones against ones. So I mean, it's very lovely being out there. And yeah, harping on what Bruce said, yeah, he definitely right. And about that, that was last year. That's in the past. We don't even talk about it no more. That's it's been a minute. It's been a minute. What, 5 months? Been like 5 months since that happened. So I mean, everybody's just focusing on getting better right now because we know, based off last year, watching the tape, checking out with our coaches, it's a lot of improvement that could be made between each player on the team, offense, defense, special teams, and then we can grow as a unit. So that's, I think, the number one goal for myself and for my team is just to continue to grow and get better.
Coach also said that, defensively this year, you guys are going to be able to do some things that not many defenses are going to be able to do. Is that because you guys are have added talent or are getting more experienced, or is the scheme going to change a little bit, you think?
That's because, we've been playing together so long, so we're very experienced with one another, and we got all the basic things down, like the stuff that we ran, and it was hell of a lot of calls. We didn't have to install coming into minicamp. We just hit the ground running. We didn't even have a meeting. It was just when we get there, right after the team meeting, straight to practice, because they know we know our stuff, offensively and defense. So that's the good thing about having guys that's been together, been in the system. Now the new guys, they came to OTAs and they got sharpened up on the installs, but the main starters, we've been running it for 2 years now. So it's like it's bread and butter. Like he called it, we know it, and now that he can, we got the best defensive coordinator in the NFL. So now he can add more to his game, so we can be able to produce more and have fun, have a little more fun.
Thanks so much, Devin.
Next, we'll go to Joey Knight.
Devin, can you hear me?
Yes.
I just wanted to get your impressions of Joe Tryon from what you've seen these last couple of days.
He's a big physical guy. Man, he's willing to learn. I see him over there with Foot, and then he's learning from some great vets that I know, teaching him, just he's out there with the ones sometimes, because everybody know we got to save JP a little bit. Got to let JPP get a little rest, him and Shaq. But he's out there with the ones, and, he's doing a good job. He's going to have his mess-ups being young, fresh, learning the system. Probably got a little nerves being out there with the vets. But at the end of the day, man, I think he's going to be a big help for us.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Jenna Lee.
Hey, Devin. Great to see you on here. Hope you're doing well. Throughout this offseason, I've noticed it seems like you're a little bit chattier on social media. You're not afraid to, make some bold declarations on there about your defense, about your level of play. Can you just talk about being able essentially to have that type of bravado, right? Like, you had to earn the right to be able to talk that by walking the walk. So yeah, can you just speak to that?
Yeah, I think that's the number one thing. You basically hit on it. Like before, like I never been like I always been a talkative guy on and off the field. But just coming into a new league, you gotta put your stamp on it before you start, talking as much as I do, on and off the field. But I feel like, the people know who I am. Like, they're gonna respect it. And if they don't respect it, then, they say something bad. I already know every Sunday I'm gonna back it up. Like whatever I say, I'm gonna back it up. And like I mean what I say, and I don't sugarcoat too much at all. Like I don't sugarcoat nothing. If I say it, then I mean it, and that's how I feel. And I know at the end of the day, I'm handling my business to make sure I don't have to eat words that I say. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying nothing bad to nobody. I'm just speaking the truth. Like anything that I tweet, put on my Instagram, anything, I know for sure it's the truth. And then sometimes I just be feeling like I'm a little disrespected. That's where some things come from. So I just put it out there, and the way I put it out there, people probably take it one way, even if I mean it in another way. But at the end of the day, that's what social media is for, is to keep the people entertained. That's what I feel. So, hey, it's entertaining and reflecting on past things. You know, I like to post old pictures from last year, and most of the time the pictures be with my team. It be celebrations. I mean, that's what matters the most is when we get a turnover and we go celebrate in the end zone.
It is very, very entertaining. Can you just talk about your performance in the postseason? Because I remember before that divisional game against the Saints, you were talking about, like, for you personally, you needed to turn it on, and you needed to turn it on against Drew Brees, and you delivered. And then from then on in the postseason, you really dominated. What did that do for you from a confidence standpoint to be able to kind of, call your shot and back it up?
Yeah, I mean, I always been the most confident guy. You know, I just believe in my abilities. You know, I believe in God. You know, He blessed me tremendously, with talent. And I just believe in the work that I put in. And I got a great coaching staff around me that helps me. And, I want to learn, and I'm always getting better week in and week out, And every week I come to work and I always say fine tuning. That's what I'm doing. I'm a great player, but it's still a lot of room for fine tuning. And man, basically missing those 2 games with COVID, and it made me realize, like, how much that I could help my team even more. Just watching the Atlanta game, we won that game. Watching the Washington game, we won that game. But I was like, I can help my team in another way. I can bring more. I can do more. So I just put a lot of pressure on myself by coming out publicly and saying it to the media, even though that's how I had been feeling like I just need to do more. And once I said it, that just makes you, go to a whole new level, because now you put it out there publicly that this is what I need to do. Now I got to go back it up on the field and do it. But I mean, at the end of the day, going into this season, that need to be me week in and week out, like that same mindset, But as I'm going, I'm growing and I'm learning. So, I mean, I'm thankful for the situations that I get put in.
Next, we'll go to Ira Kaufman.
Dev, what did it mean to the defense when Vita Vea came back at the end of last season, Devin? And what would it mean to have him healthy for a full season?
It meant the world to us. It meant how much of a brotherhood we are on the defense, especially because at the end of the day, this is a league that is about availability. And, for him to put his body through so much just to get back and help his teammates, that says a lot about him as a teammate, as a brother, as a man. You know what I'm saying? In this league, especially when this a league that's driven by getting the big bucks, So imagine if he come out there a little too early and hurt himself, and now he have a setback, that'll take him away from getting a payout. But people on this team don't think like that. They just doing whatever to help the team. But he knew, like, if I come back and I take less reps, I'm still giving my team help and I'm giving us a better chance to win. And when Vita on the field, and especially for the whole season, which I expect him to be, if the good Lord say the same, we're a 10-time better defense with him on the field. He's just that good, even if he's not making a big play. Trust me, if you turn on that film and watch what he's doing, you'll see why I said that. And I respect him, and I really need him on the field. So, I mean, I hope everything works out for us, and we're gonna ball.
Devin, 9 sacks, that's a big number. Dev, what are the chances of you getting double digits next season?
It's a great chance. I feel like my game has gotten better this offseason. I feel like I took another step in training this offseason. And I feel like it helps the team. So I feel like when I'm getting sacks, we winning. I think every game that I had double-digit sacks in, we won. And, I mean, that speaks tremendous volume of how much it impacts the game for us. Just all over, just getting hyped, because everybody get hyped after the sacks, and just knocking them back and probably making them punt, So I'm just doing whatever. But if it's in the wheel, I'm going to get it. If it's not, then I'm not. But I'm going to play hard. And when my number call, I got to show coach that I'm ready to blitz. So, I mean, hopefully I can get it. But at the end of the day, if I don't get it and my teammate get it, we good. Just somebody got to get it, because we need sacks to be a great defense. So I hope we all get it, man. We're going to share the wealth.
Next, we'll go to Rick Stroud.
Hey, Devin, you've been a great player for a long time. I mean, at LSU and before you got to the NFL. But how has winning a Super Bowl changed your life? In other words, wherever you go, you're Super Bowl champion linebacker, right? But in terms of the expectation, the recognition, has it been different at all?
Yeah, I'll just say, Super Bowl, the only way it changed my life is probably 2 ways. Like, I know I'll be remembered in history because everybody don't win a Super Bowl in their career. And, I did it with the organization I was drafted with. You know, and I did it early. We turned it around quick. You know, we got it going. You know, thanks to a lot of guys that helped, you know, Jason and BA and my coaches and my teammates. Like, you know, we all got it. We all had a hand in it and turning around. But, I mean, that's the number one reason that, you know, I'll be remembered forever. And the number two thing that I think that it impacted my life is it got me more notoriety, because when you're in the playoffs, it's not too many games on and your game on and everybody want to watch. So if you're in the playoffs, you're getting seen. And hopefully, you know, when the spotlight on, there's only two things that can happen. Like BA say, you either gonna expose somebody or you're gonna get exposed. And I think I was exposing people and I was exposing myself to the world just to let them know what type of player that I am. And I'm very thankful that we got the opportunity, because I mean, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. There's no doubt about all of that. And you got a big date coming up at the end of July, towards the end of July, when you guys receive your Super Bowl rings. How anxious are you to see that? Have you had any input? Have you seen any designs? What's your thought about that night and how special it'll be?
I'm very ready to see it. I know it's gonna be crazy. You know, right after the game, I told Miss Darcy that she needed to bling them out, because I knew she was gonna be the person that come up with the design, because, you know, she the woman, you know, and, you know, women, you know, they know what they doing when they dealing with jury. So I already know they're going to be great, and I'm most definitely ready to see it. I need to go find me a suit. Levante David in here too, getting on my nerves. But I need to go find me a nice suit so it can complement the ring on that special night. That's going to be a very special night. And most definitely that's probably when I'm going to be back on social media, because I gotta share the world that moment, share that moment with the world.
Last question will come from James Palmer.
Devin, you talked about ones versus ones a little bit. You talked about talking trash. Brady over his career has been known to really be a really good person to understand complacency, right? Or when things need to be amped up. You guys are defending Super Bowl champs. In these 2 days, has he been jawing at you guys at all to make sure there's no sort of letdown in terms of the competitiveness of the Super Bowl winning defense going against the Super Bowl winning offense, and jawing at you guys in a sense to make sure you're playing at the level he wants all of you guys at?
Nah, he ain't been joined, but he been handling his business. He been showing who he is. And I mean, he making us better and we making him better, because like he don't get us all the time, but he put a lot of pressure on you, you know, as a quarterback, you know, having to defend him. He make our defensive coordinator have to dial things up. And it's just in practice. I think the first play of practice yesterday on the first day, we came with corner blitzes. Like, hey, you're going to try to get us, but we're going to try to get you. And that's the thing around the whole building. Like, nobody is worried about last year. Yeah, obviously, we got the same team back, and we know what that team did, but we working on building and becoming better with each other again. And, you know, being better than last year, just keep stacking the days. That's all we talk about is stack the days. And the only thing that count is when we on the field at that moment. Like, nothing, like tomorrow don't count, yesterday don't count. You know, it's all about that day, that moment. So at the end of the day, man, we complement each other. You know, he don't even have to do that. You know, we vets, we season, you know, we know what to do, and we just come to work and we put our pads on, whatever, our helmet on. We ready to work. We get out there. He don't got to do nothing else extra.
All right, that's all we have time for. Appreciate you taking the time, Devin.
Is Levante next?
Yes, he's next.
I bet I'm going to wait on him.
The